Back up ahead, is that beautiful? The famous second shot at the 8th hole, hitting over the waters of Carmel Bay.
Raymond hit a perfect tee shot, has an 8-iron from 167 yards, and the wind is really whipping out here. I'd estimate somewhere between 25 to 30 miles an hour right now. That's got to get up.
You heard Ray say, "Oh no," and carry.
You don't want to be long here, though. That's all right in the bunker or short of the green.
Okay. Ray didn't sound too happy about it. We're going to go back now to Little Woozy. 5 feet 4 inches tall, this man is, and he can drive the ball 300 yards. How does he do that?
Woozum's putt is about 35 feet. Will break some to his right.
That's not the opening putt that he wanted. No. Everything will be all right, and the wound will heal if he can nudge the next one in. But
Now Tom Kite drove into the left rough on the second hole, so this will be his 3rd shot. He laid it out to this point.
.140 yards for Tom Kite, 3rd shot after a very poor drive here at number 2. Had to lay it up short of the Barranca. Trying to knock down an 8-iron into the wind. Get left.
Peter, they're really talking to him today, aren't they?
Yep.
Earlier on the same hole, this is Mark Brooks. The sweaters are disappearing on some of the golfers now, but not all.
Mark had 251 yards back to the flag. Playing a 3-wood.
Playing it very well, but hold it.
It's a very good shot from there with the ground conditions as they are. Very good playing indeed.
Now back to the first hole. Gil Morgan's for a par. He would be the oldest U.S. Open champion. 45 years and about 9 months.
That's 1 par secured.
Well, actually, Woosnam has already putted, I believe, and this was it. A tester to start with.
That's just the start he wanted. That's the length of putter. That's just a little shorter than that Ian gets quite a bit jumpy on. The greens are not so attractive if you're a bit jumpy. Did well.
Green did look a bit bumpy, by the way. We'll be checking that on various holes. Nick Faldo.
Well, he lost his tee shot a little bit to the right as the wind came from his left. It's left him a much longer shot into this green, almost 170 yards into the wind, the flagstick in the front. And let me tell you, the front half of this green, the target looks very small. It's been one of the hardest greens on the golf course this week.
Look how far up front that flagstick is, Peter. And you don't want to be above the hole on most of these greens, for sure, huh?
You certainly don't. And I think the sudden wind and the velocity of the wind may have caught out the officials here, because one or two of the flags yesterday I thought were bordering on slightly being unfair, and today, well, we'll have to wait and see. But this is very difficult. Judy says he's going to hit a 3 or 4 iron or something like that to a very small time. Maybe the day for pitching it 30 yards short and just sort of letting the ball fiddle, and we may see some new style of golf.
Little British seaside golf.
Well, I'm going to guess it was a 4 or 5 iron, but he's hit it way right, Peter.
Oh, yes. Well, he got down the bunker anyway. Better than being in the 4 or 5 inch rough alongside the bunker. That's known as small solace right now. Ray Floyd bunkered at 8, remember?
Raymond really got a bad break. His ball did not go into the bunker.
No.
And it plugged up against the rake in the long grass. He absolutely had no shot. It almost looked like someone had stepped on his ball. He called for a decision, and they decided that it was not embedded.
Looked like it had run into the bunker, but it didn't. Hung up on the edge there, eh? Joey Sindelar, we haven't seen him yet. He's 2 under.
Well, he started with a bogey. He made a 2-putt birdie at 2. This is a 137-yard shot. He really hit the perfect tee shot.
All right. Strong player from upstate New York. Tom Kite's 4th shot.
And a most difficult shot it is. He has to pitch it up along this ridge here.
It is a par 5 hole, remember, so. No, that took a very bad kick off the side. But reasonable putt for his par.
502 yards this second hole, and again you've got the rather tram line effect of the fairway line down the left-hand side, which looks a bit tame, I think, although the rough is certainly not tame. And then up they go. The problem, of course, as usual with the thickness of the rough, finding the fairway, and then this bunker probably under these conditions catches the poor old handicapped player more than golfers of this caliber. Again, a smallish green, bunkers left and right, but it's been playing fairly easy. 10 eagles, easiest hole on the course. Just happens to be the length of the hole and the way the wind has been, and the direction of the wind today has made that the case. But still, you'd have been plenty of 6s.
Mark Brooks has an eagle attempt now.
This putt for Mark Brooks at the second green is going to be a very fast one. His second shot ran all the way to the back of the green, and he now has about 35 feet. I'll tell you, he's putted very well all week long. One of the best putters year-round on the PGA Tour, but particularly this week. Certainly at Pebble Beach, under these open conditions, the putting very important.
He's been playing very well all winter and all spring.
The thing I like about Brooks is he's a very consistent putter. Over the first 3 rounds, he had 26 putts on Thursday, 27 Friday, and 26 yesterday. He makes a lot of these. We saw him make 2 long putts for pars yesterday at the end of his round. Really gave him a lot of momentum, I know, going into today.
I take it the orange is for the University of Texas.
Pair of Texans here. You would think they'd do well in the wind today.
Mm-hmm. All right. That for the birdie.
That's all right. Now Faldo at the 3rd. Now this must be very difficult, Judy.
It is. He's got the downhill slope, Peter, even though the ball sits nicely.
Couldn't do much more than that, could he?
Well, he may have pitched it a bit further and got a little stop. I don't know whether he caught the downslope. It was difficult to see, but every hole's difficult here today.
Ray Floyd putting for another bogey now. Remember, he bogeyed 6. He got off to a fast start, but he's lost it back again. Now Tom Kite needing this for a par on the easiest hole statistically on the golf course, the second. And he's got it.
Well, that was a confidence builder as well.
Mm-hmm. But now Mark Brooks can tie for the lead by making this birdie putt with Kite and Morgan.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of toing and froing today, and,
yeah.
It's an impossible task to pick the winner. Quite impossible.
Toing and froing. Eh?
Toing and froing, and you might get someone in the middle of the field come through, hold a couple of putts, chip in over the closing holes and set a target that they can't match. Only 2 players out of 24 players in, and only 2 scores under par, a 70 and a 71.
So Mark Brooks goes to 4 under and ties for the lead in the U.S. Open.
Trey Tyner had a 70. His first match out this morning, and Nick Price had a 71.
So it's Kite, Brooks, and Morgan tied for the lead, but they're only a stroke ahead of Ian Woosnam, Gary Hallberg. There you see it. Nick Faldo at 2 under, Joey Sindelar at 2 under. Those are the leaders. Paul Azinger lurking there with Jeff Sluman and Tom Lehman and Craig Stadler. Calcabecchia, McNulty, Hulbert, all of these people very, very much in the fight at this point. Gil Morgan.
He has 226 yards, wind straight out of the right. He wants to carry it about 215. Look out for that tree.
Oops. Oh, he cleared that, but he's got the rough. Rossi, we know it's windy out there. Is it getting quite warm, or is it still kind of chilly?
Well, no, it's nice and warm. It's temperature-wise, it's a perfect day.
Yeah. That's nice for you, roving reporter, for once.
Hold it. It's going to be the one, yeah.
Fourth hole. Gary Hallberg second. It's a par 4 hole. And he gets the better kick.
Oh, that was a winner's bounce, wasn't it?
Sure was. Gary Hallberg's game had shown not very much this season on the PGA Tour, and suddenly he just seems to have put it all together this week. Woozy.
That was from 224, and he's lost it to the right.
Too much.
Well, they seem to be losing it both right and left there, Rossi. They're just not figuring the wind right, or is it?
Well, both with irons to the green. You'd think one of them at least would have put it on.
Yeah. But on they trudge. A long way to go. Faldo needing that for a par. Whoops. That was on tape now. The bogey putt. This is live. All right, but Nick drops to 1 under. 3 shots out of the lead now. Tom Kite on the third hole.
The wind right in his face right now here at number 3. Yeah. Good looking drive here.
I would say so. Well, we'll be keeping up to date on the scores very frequently here today because it's going to change a lot, as Peter indicated. 3-way tie for the lead now. And here, some of them are not even now watching the golf. They're in the merchandise tent. This has become a huge thing. They're going to bring in as much money from the merchandise here as they did from admissions. I mean, is this the same over in Britain now? Every sport has logos everywhere?
It's become big business, Jim, yes. It's, you know, lucky for some, as they say. I can get anything you like retail, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. This all started at the British Open many years ago.
No, I don't know where it's for someone else.
Every game has its rules. In baseball, 3 strikes and you're out. In football, offsides and it's a 5-yard penalty. This book has all the rules of golf. Along with the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews, Scotland, the United States Golf Association establishes and maintains these rules. We set the standards for amateur and professional competition throughout the world. Last year, the USGA answered more than 14,000 rules questions from the public. Even here at the U.S. Open, USGA rules officials solve problems. If you have a question about the rules, we'd be happy to help. Here's a rule situation which may have stumped you in the past.
Weekend coverage of another of golf's classic events. Defending champion Jack Nicklaus and legend of the game Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, and Chichi Rodriguez will take center stage in the U.S. Senior Open Golf Championship. July 11th it begins on ABC Sports. You know, Peter, of the last 20 players to complete the front 9, there have been no under par scores.
Second hole, Gil Morgan.
There he is. Didn't take a great kick for him there. Also, while we were away, we'll take a look at Ian Woosnam's shot.
This was a tremendously difficult shot. Downwind out of the bunker to try to land it just short of the green, but it carried on the downslope.
Oh, boy.
You don't often see players of that caliber missing, getting close to the hole by as much as that.
Tom Kite second on the third hole.
113 yards. He's trying to knock it down here.
Well, he did. A little short.
Well, that wind is coming right into their face here, a good 25 miles an hour right now.
It's going to make a lot of difference today.